So let's talk about the secret to success in Amazon FBA in 2023, because let's be honest, it's definitely not the same as it used to be. Amazon now is a lot more saturated, it's a lot more competitive, and the strategies are different. There are ways that sellers used to use to gain rankings very fast that are no longer allowed and have very clearly been banned by Amazon. So the game is a lot more different. The first thing is you need to have a strategy. Going into Amazon FBA blindly now is not going to work anymore. And I always say this, it's not easy to become successful on Amazon FBA, but it is very simple. As long as you follow the 1-2 step simple process, then you are going to be bound to succeed. You just need a guide, you need a strategy, and I just recently put together a marketing strategy for my new product launch, and this is when I had this epiphany that when it comes to Amazon FBA, you can't just go in and start to do things randomly and hope that one of them works. You need to know the strategy and the kind of like the secret sauce or the secret recipe to gaining your rankings, to getting reviews, to doing all of these things. And you need to do it within the first 30 to 60 days of launching your product, because that's something called the honeymoon phase, where Amazon will actually push your listing a lot more than it would if your listing was 2 or 3 years old. So you need to know the efforts to make within the first 30 to 60 days to be able to gain momentum and gain ranking and then start to get sales. And I don't want to go too deep into what the strategy is because I talk about this a lot in my other YouTube videos, but yeah, strategy is very, very important. And the thing is that now, because Amazon FBA is a lot more competitive and it's a lot more saturated, there is a lot of not just experienced sellers, but a lot of Chinese suppliers that have huge budgets that are now selling on Amazon. They are selling the product for super cheap and they already have a lot of money. So they're putting in huge budgets when it comes to their, ads that they're doing or the paid ads that they're doing. So you as a small business owner or you as a seller that's just starting out, you need to know what the correct strategy is to be able to overcome these sellers and choose the right product, gain momentum on your listing and get traffic, and then be able to convert that traffic into sales. All right, moving on to the second thing is cash flow. Cash flow is super important. I used to preach that you can be successful if you just purchase 100 units and that's totally fine. All you need to do is post videos. But even posting on TikTok nowadays, it's not the same anymore. The platform has changed. The algorithm has changed. It's become, again, a lot more saturated. We are not at the time when you can just post any video and it can go viral very easily. So I think 100 units is no longer enough. You need to be able to at least get 300 to 500 I think is the sweet spot, units of inventory when you're first starting out. And this will help you out so much when it comes to your PPC efforts, when it comes to your influencer efforts, your marketing. If a video does go viral, at least at that point you actually have units to sell, and you can make a little bit of money so you can repurchase. Now, the thing with Amazon FBA that a lot of people struggle with is that Amazon only pays you once every 2 weeks, and this can be a huge struggle for sellers when you are trying to keep up with your inventory restocks and replenish your inventory.
So imagine waking up every morning and having yesterday's sales available to you the next day rather than in 2 weeks.
So I'm very excited to partner up with Payability for today's video, because Payability will help you get your payouts 2 weeks faster, be a lot more ready to be able to invest in new products, or maybe even if you see a new viral product that you really just want to jump on, you're going to be able to do that because now you have the cash flow on hand rather than if you're waiting 2 weeks to get paid. And keep in mind that Payability has been funding Amazon sellers since 2015 with over $6 billion of funding deployed to date. They also get a ton of 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, and here are a few. And of course they have a fee because they have to make money as well, but their fee is very minimal.
It's 0.5 to 2% of your sales,
which is very worth it for you to be able to have that cash flow on hand whenever you want to scale your business or invest in a new product. So again, thank you so much Payability for partnering with me on today's video. And if you want to get started, I have the link in my description where you can get $250 as a bonus on your next payout, which is amazing. So yeah, guys, cash flow is something that I even struggle with. restocking your inventory. I even say this in my course that it's one of the hardest parts of launching an Amazon business is being able to keep up with the demand, because Amazon FBA is the biggest online marketplace in the world at the moment. So you can only imagine that if your product takes off, the amount of orders that you will be getting, and then if you run out of stock, then you lose that momentum just a little bit, not entirely, but just a little bit. So it's very important to always have product in stock, or always try to keep 3 months worth of inventory. Now, in terms of the startup cost for Amazon FBA, I always say it's around 3,000 to 4,000. And when it comes to your first product, I don't think you should ever choose a product that is expensive to purchase. You should not go for something that's like $10 a unit or $12, $15 a unit. That is too expensive for your first product. Keep in mind that most sellers don't succeed with their first product. They'll succeed with their second or their third. You might break even with your first product, but usually it's your second and third product that really takes off and brings in that crazy income that you're expecting. So yeah, I still stand by the fact that you can start an Amazon business with 3,000 to 4,000, but you should choose a product that you can purchase for $1 or $2 or $3, something that is very inexpensive and that is small and light to ship, so that you're also not paying too much in shipping costs as well. Now, the last thing that I want to mention, which is an amazing thing to learn, and I am still going to release this module on my course as well, is streamlining your business through virtual assistants. And this is the secret sauce, guys. This is where you get to buy your time back. This is where you get to completely streamline your business so you don't actually have to do much. And there's a lot when it comes to an Amazon FBA business to keep up with. It's not too much where it takes up so much of your time. Like, it's not going to take up 10 or 20 hours of your week. It could take up maybe 5 or 6. But when you streamline through a VA, you don't even need to do those 5 to 6 or 4 hours of work a week. You could do even less and just revisit it every once in a while, and just communicate through your VA to make sure everything is running smoothly. So that could be like reaching out to influencers and sending out those PR packages. This is something that 1000% a VA can just do for you. You do not need to do it on your own. Something like, for example, posting your content for you, scheduling it out. There's an AI now that can repurpose your video. If you just post it on one platform, it can literally just blast post it on all other platforms, so you don't need to spend literally like 30 minutes a day posting on 20 different platforms, social media platforms. There is so much that you can do to streamline your business so that it continues to run smoothly, but you don't actually need to do much in your day-to-day life, where you can still have your 9 to 5 job if you want to keep it, or you can have a completely different other stream of income that requires more hours of work, and then still have your Amazon business. So there is so much that you could do at the same time as an Amazon business. It's not even my full-time income, my Amazon FBA business. It's just one of my streams of income, and I barely work on it now. Now I'm working on it a little bit more because I am launching a new product, but previously I barely used to do any of the work because I have hired a VA to do most of the work for me, and now I'm gonna do even less because there's so much AI that has just launched that can help you with your Amazon business. It really doesn't take up too much of your time anymore. You barely have to do anything yourself these days. So streamlining through VAs is another secret sauce, another secret to success to Amazon FBA in 2023, and you need to know how to do it correctly to be able to buy your time back, gain your freedom, and still have your business scaling on the upwards trend and your sales going in the upwards trend.